Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, and your soul, aka Mr. Goody 22 said, who am I with, as always? Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod, episode 202. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Jackie Chan, Professor coming back for more. Welcome, motherfucker.
Your microphone sounds fucked up.
Oh, man.
We gotta redo it. Are you good? Let's hear it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, excellent. All right, fuck it. We'll do it live.
I could just do it afterwards. I'll spice it in because I want to put in a song, I'll put it in intro into the, and then that way the intro could talk about the song.
Okay. You do you, man. I'm just saying, I was trying to look out for my boy. Just trying to let you know, like, hey. But what's up, man? How are you?
Doing great. Doing fantastic. How are you?
Same old.
Feeling the thanks. Feeling grateful.
Oh, yeah, Thanksgiving. I'm not a big fan. I don't like the holidays, man. I feel like we just talk about this every year. I'm not a big Thanksgiving, Christmas person. I always say from after Halloween, so November 1st till January 2nd. I'm like, come on, let's go. Chop. Let's get this over with.
But that's just because of your line of work, or do you just not like you don't like the vibe?
I guess, okay, full disclosure. No, man, like Christmas was always just kind of weird when I was a kid, so I never really enjoyed it very much. So it's just like I don't really get as like riled up about it as everybody else does because I didn't really as a kid. Does that make sense? It was always probably kind of like dramatic. And I guess it's not as dramatic now, but I'm just so like burned out on it. It's just kind of like,
Well, my birthday is 10 days before Christmas, so like for me, my whole life it's been like this whole like crescendo where it goes like my birthday, 10 days later Christmas, a week later New Year's Eve.
yeah, see, like that's lit.
Yeah, and then basically what it is, it's like New Year starts, and then I'm just like surviving, trying to get to December, dude. So and then and then live my best life.
See, I always liked it because I think I've talked about this on the pod where I had something every month. There was something going on every month when I was a kid, so I liked that because my birthday's in March. So it was like my mom's birthday in New Year's January. You have Valentine's Day in February. My birthday and spring break in March. Plus a lot of other good.
St. Patrick's Day, motherfucker.
Well, I'm even talking about when you were a kid. Like spring break was way.
Dude, I was slamming Guinnesses as a kid on St. Patrick's Day.
Well, and then April Fools for April, and you also
that's Easter, like what?
And Easter. Hold on, yes,
April Fools is the holiday.
Stop. Will you let me finish getting through? Will you let me finish? I say the first day, just the first day of April Fools. So chronologically, I would say April Fools first.
I'm just
like,
saying that's not a holiday, bro.
Yeah, it is when you're a shithead and you want to pull pranks on people. Yes, April Fool's Day is a great day to do it. This is 90s world. This isn't 2025.
A quick April Fool's thing that happened at my fraternity house down in San Diego, Phi Kappa Theta. Shout out. JFK's an alum. Marilyn Monroe did it. You should too. That was our slogan to try to like recruit. Anyways, on April Fool's Day, we had this thing where like at a party or just anywhere, basically, if you heard like one of like the members of our fraternity yell iota out loud, that meant like there's a fight about to break open, and then like we were basically like taught like you just go, and like so many times that's happened, and all of a sudden it's just like a mob of 15 people beating the shit out of somebody. But this guy did it on April Fool's, and then we all got up and ran out of the house. It was like in the middle of like a Wednesday like afternoon, and then I don't know, like to me that crossed the line, because it's like that thing is, it's like it's kind of like Article 5 in NATO. It's like you don't fuck around with it. So I feel like that there should be rules about April Fools.
Yeah, there's limits to it for sure.
You're gonna yell iota, and I'm about to be like, okay, now I'm about to go to jail and like fight, but then it was a joke. Fuck that.
Yeah.
What okay, so
then June May, you have Cinco de Mayo, and if you were in school, Cinco de Mayo was lit because you
What
had
about
Spanish
Memorial
class.
Day?
Okay, and Memorial Day, but I'm talking about there was something
This is
going on.
America, goddammit. No, I'm just
Okay,
kidding,
but
yo.
when you were a kid, Spanish class was lit, and you would have Cinco de Mayo, and that would be a fun day. You got to like do cool
For
shit
sure.
on Cinco de Mayo. That was awesome. Then June, school would get out.
Hold
July
on, real quick. Like,
or
do
end
they
of May, June, and then my sister's birthday's in June too.
do they celebrate Cinco de Mayo in Mexico?
I don't think so.
See, what is that? Like, why is it like some random holiday that we celebrate that they don't? Like, why can't we just like get like we have to like we can't use the metric system or Celsius? You know, it's like we're gonna celebrate a Mexican holiday, but it's gonna be one that they don't celebrate.
I
You
don't
know?
know. I don't know. Then July, 4th of July. Back in the day in August, we would go back to school towards the end of August. You were already in school by September. And then September was my sister's birthday. October's Halloween, my dad's birthday. November, Thanksgiving. Then you have Christmas, New Year's, and holiday break.
So are you just
So
pointing out
every month, so every
like,
30 to 40, every like 25 to 35 days, I had there was some sort of shit going on that like required cake, candy, a party, something that was sidetracked at school. So I was always like, there was always something going on. And I like that my birthday was
are you complaining
before.
about this?
No, I
Or are you
loved it because you were saying
Oh,
you said you were surviving the year, and I was like, I could get
no,
through the
no.
year
Well,
chronologically because there was just like shit going on.
no, I know that. No, mainly I just knew like they're at the end of every year is like this big ass like month long kind of party for me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all I'm saying. Not
See,
like
and it's good if it's treated that way. If it's like, okay, well, your birthday presents kind of suck because Christmas is there, or vice versa, like they discount one because of the other, that would suck.
yeah, no, everybody like always brings that up to me when I tell them. But that hasn't happened to me, and I think it's because it's 10 days before, you know? Like if it was like day after Christmas, day before Christmas,
2 days, like the
on Christmas.
22nd. But yeah, I guess there's like a window.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you think about it, there's probably a window where it's like, oh, I'm far enough away where like the luster of my birthday's worn off and now it's Christmas.
No, bro. The whole month, dude. Bow down. Sagittarius, the most philosophical of all the signs.
Oh my God. Get out of here.
Would you like to do therapy questions? Do you have any further anecdotes for us about how busy your calendar is of holidays such as April Fool's Day?
Hey.
I know how you had to plan around that. Like,
Hell yeah. I was always trying to do some stupid shit.
yeah, I mean, for sure.
Younger. Yeah, for sure. It was like, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Right. And then if I get like stupid rich like Jimmy Kimmel, I'll start doing like pranks like him and Cousin Sal, like and George Clooney just chopping it up, like just doing expensive ass pranks on each other. Elaborate.
That'll be tight. Expensive pranks.
Like one of them, there's like a whole group that like hangs out. It's like basically like the Ocean 11 guys, basically. But they somehow Jimmy Kimmel and George Clooney were involved in this, but Don Cheadle's like dream was to play like Miles Davis like in a biopic, and so they like said like they like made up like this whole scenario and like made him actually really believe that like this like screenplay existed and then he was gonna play it. To me, that's just fucked up. But later on, he did ended up doing it.
Hmm.
I think you can I don't know. Fact check me on that, but I'm almost positive I've seen the Don Cheadle was like in a Miles Davis movie since then. But that's not really a prank, dude. That's just
I've
like,
seen that though. Cameron did that to someone where Cameron pranked somebody
and then he got just shot up.
into thinking that they had a role in a movie, and it was pretty cringy, and he was like sitting there watching it and being like, look at this bitch, just like doing commentary like it was punked or something. It was pretty funny.
Well,
But
there's
Cameron's diabolically crazy.
Have you seen the movie that Adam Carolla did? And speaking of Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel, where they did that, like, but yeah, they had like this guy, Bobcat something, I think is his name, or maybe he was one of the actors. So like, where they told this guy that he was going to be in a movie, and everybody else like knew that it was fake, and then they would just like make him like fuck with him, like throughout it. Like it's called like Windy City something. It was on Comedy Central, uh, but it's a full ass movie. It's really crazy
I haven't
and
seen
awesome
it.
because like Jury Duty, how like the
Yeah.
everybody's in on it. It's like that, but same thing though. They're telling this guy he's in a movie, but he's actually not. Well, I guess he is, but it's not the movie he thinks it is.
Hmm. Like Bowfinger.
I forget what that movie's about. I know I saw it in the theaters though.
That's where Martin Short runs that shitty little movie studio. So he finds a lookalike guy to make a movie, the movie Chubby Rain, where aliens come down in raindrops and take over the planet. But he's shooting a movie and trying to get Eddie Murphy's serious character like to be in the movie without him realizing it. And then he hires a guy who's Eddie Murphy playing like the super nerdy guy to like pretend to be him in the movie. He's got
Want to hear a crazy ass memory?
Heather Graham.
Uh, I can remember. So I went to that movie to see it in the theaters. It was me, a homie, and two girls. I don't remember who the homie was or the two girls, but I do remember like the way we sat down was like it was like the two guys were on the right and the two girls were on the left. But like I wanted to sit like next to one of the girls, but like I didn't know how to make a move like to go over there and sit. And like the whole time I was like thinking about it and like disappointed in myself that I didn't make that move. That's what I remember about Bowfinger.
That's being a boy at some
What
point.
year was that?
Oh, I don't know. That was a good year, but that movie was actually like pretty good, pretty ridiculous. But yeah, that's like being a young kid, being like,
99.
yeah, okay.
99.
So 99. That was like what you're like 12, maybe just turned 13.
I think it was like seventh grade.
Yeah, 12, 13. So
Hmm.
rough times.
Probably, but yeah, dude, probably like Anna Millenberger or something.
Rough times, dude.
Therapy question number one, Joseph. Would you rather every relationship come with a trailer or a disclaimer?
So is a disclaimer like a warning?
Yeah,
In a trailer,
like
but
disclaimers like, hey, there's flashing lights in this motherfucker. If you're sensitive, don't look. Or hey, there's titties in this Girls Gone Wild.
well, I feel like it'd be a disclaimer about the relationship,
Right.
and the other one would be a trailer where you'd get a cinematic depiction of what the relationship would be like.
Right. That's correct.
So they're almost the same thing.
No, they're not. One, you're seeing like moments like throughout the relationship in the future. The other one is like, hey, disclaimer, she farts when she sleeps.
Well, we all fart in our sleep, so I thought it would be more
No, but
like
you know what?
red
I just
flags than that. Then,
okay, but that's what I'm saying.
um, maybe the disclaimer, because the trailer might ruin it and might feel inorganic. So, like, then you'd be almost like, oh, I remember this from the trailer. Like, I wouldn't want that, you know?
Dude, I hate trailers like for that reason. Like, well, like especially all
They
the
show too much.
like the reality shows that I watch.
Yeah.
When they're like coming up, or on this episode, and then show you like a sizzle, like is what they call it out here in the streets of LA. They hit you with the sizzle of like what the episode you're about to watch is. I'm like, yo, it's on demand. Like I'm about to watch it. Like I don't need like a build up. Like just start it. I'm allergic to shit like that.
Yeah. So I feel like that would be a little bit bumming out. So, like, the trailer would be too much info. There'd be less mystery in it, you know? So it was like, oh, and you saw a trailer of what the relationship would be like. You would know, like, if you would marry that person, there'd be, like, almost no mystery. There'd be no
Right.
spontaneity in the relationship. So I would say I'd rather get the disclaimer than the live action trailer.
Unless Hype Williams is on it, then maybe
Now, if it was like, would you rather have a disclaimer at the beginning or a trailer recap at the end? I might take the trailer, hold on, at the end, because then sometimes things go bad, and I think that whenever relationships do turn sour, sometimes you can forget why you were with that person in the first place. So maybe,
Bro, your iPhone does that for you already. It's like people 2024, and then I'll like put like some like sappy ass music to it, and then do like a slideshow of like all the pictures of like throughout like the that year. Like that's what you're asking for, a trailer. Like dude, I could do a trailer of your life, like if you just give me your access to your like memes and your photos.
dude, I got a lot of memes.
Yeah, and you're also
A
on the
lot.
air talking like for over an hour a week about your life. So
I had
I
like,
could make you. You want a trailer? I can make you a fire ass trailer, dog. A
no,
disclaimer though.
no, I don't. I don't know want you to make me a trailer, please. No.
I'm gonna make you a fucking trailer, bro. Trailer Park Boys. Okay. Um. By the way, y'all. We're recording on a Wednesday because we usually record on Tuesdays, but Joseph just fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah, I passed out. Sorry, I fell asleep. I was really tired. Was ready to go. Fell asleep. It happens.
Hey,
I'm
I just had
due
to.
one every once
I
in a
just had to.
while. I've
Okay,
given
but
you.
I have to give you.
You
Your.
can give me shit. I fell asleep. I owned it. I was like, damn. I texted you. I was like, damn. I
That was it.
passed
That's
out.
all. That's all I had to say. Keeping you accountable.
Get out of
No,
here.
I was doing the math though. Like, yeah, 202 episodes. If you think about it, like, 4 years is 208 weeks. And we've been doing it for about like 4 years. So it's like we haven't missed that many.
No, we
It's like
really
it's like
haven't.
4.5 years. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
Therapy question number two: would you rather all your trauma be public or all your fantasies be public?
Fantasies be public is wild. But I do see something in, because I mean we talk about our own stuff on this podcast. So trauma being public, I think somebody might be able to identify with it, and that could have a positive output. Your fantasies being public wouldn't serve anybody. That would
Excuse
just be
me. Excuse
weird.
me. Excuse me. Have you heard of a little rapper from the ATL called Ludacris? Okay. Everybody wants to know what's your fantasy, bro?
No, nobody wants to know everybody's
Bangers,
fantasies.
banger.
That song is.
Yeah, Luda.
That just sounds like that'd be weird. That would like you get in trouble at work. People would be just look at you differently because not everybody's gonna get whatever your fantasy would be. So they'd be like, "Damn, this dude's." That would just like ruin shit if everybody knew what those were.
Yeah, and my trauma, for like all intensive purposes, relatively speaking, is not that bad. And I did one time, like whenever I was like super depressed during the pandemic, and then stopped, like went, I don't know, did all that group therapy for the first time. Uh, I posted something on Facebook about it.
Yeah,
Like most like commented on. I was getting like DMs, you know. So I see what you're saying, like where people can, you know,
yeah. I mean, one thing that's been interesting.
publicly or yeah, put their trauma out there publicly, where people can like identify with, or it could help people. I see that, but I don't know. I just want my fantasies to be public, yo.
See, and
I need an OnlyFans.
for me, I've always been pretty open about like my family, my life, what went on, what goes on, the ins and outs. I've never really been too shy about that stuff. I grew up with people being like, "Oh, that's not your sister," and I'm like, "No, that's my sister. I'm adopted." And they're like, "What do you mean?" Like from first grade and like the whole entire time growing up, to where I just became comfortable discussing the things that made my life or what my family situation was unique in that unique area we grew up in. So I've always been comfortable discussing that stuff with people because it was almost like a coping thing. So for me, I learned my quick sense of humor from being a kid, and I would make fun of my situation, whatever it was like, or being adopted, being black in an all like essentially all white school. I would learn if I made jokes about it that I could control the laughter and control the joke and make fun of it myself rather than having somebody single me out and make fun of me for it. That's kind of where that came from, and then just openly talking about that stuff. Like it was like known whenever we knew each other. It was like, oh, yada yada, that's Joseph, that's his sister, like, and heads up, like, you don't want his mom on your ass. It wasn't like a mystery that you wouldn't like. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there was certain, it was because, like, I'd be like, oh yeah, careful, bro. Like, it wasn't like I'd be like, what are you guys talking about? And that's one thing that was unique about where we grew up and who we grew up with. We were all pretty much like that for the most part, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
When it came to that sort of stuff, if there was any like traumas or really heavy shit we dealt with when we were like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, we would almost like openly discuss that shit. It wasn't like it was like overtly secret, you know?
Well, like as far as like fantasies, I was watching. I couldn't get through it. I thought I was like pretty far into it. Happy Gilmore 2. It's like 2 hours.
I watched it. It's not terrible. It's just like
I know. Okay, but
fanfare cameos.
right. Like I thought, like I was like probably like an hour and a half in or something when I hit pause. I was gonna go do something, and it was like at 59 minutes. I was like, oh fuck. So I never got back to it. However, whenever he goes to his happy place, and then he's like, I can't believe like that was my happy place, and it's like uh, the shorty from Modern Family, like yeah, with like two pitchers of beer and like in lingerie. Uh, so like I've been going to like therapy, and like one day like they like went to check my blood pressure. My blood pressure is usually on point. Like I'm always like talking shit, like 'cause it's always like 120/80. Like one time they caught me where it was like kind of high, but it was like I didn't know they were gonna be doing it, and like I had like got there a little bit late, and like I was like running like like up the stairs. Anyways, so now they're like monitoring it, um, and like I was like running late again, and they went like last week, and they went to go check it. It was like slightly high, and they're like he's like okay, hold on, we'll do it again, and then you know what I did? I thought about fucking Adam Sandler's Happy Place, and I just like was like laughing because like he was like, well, I can't believe that was my happy place, and then I was like laughing about him saying that, and I can't believe I'm thinking that. Boom, 120/80, and then I started talking shit to the nurse.
Ridiculous.
Therapy question number 3: would you rather laugh every time someone cries, or cry every time someone laughs?
Cry every time someone laughs. Because then at least I could be like, oh, it's a condition and I cry. That's why I can't, like, it's hard for me to laugh. So sometimes I just have this convulsion where I cry. Yada, yada. If every time someone cried, you laughed at them, that would not go over well. That'd be bad. That'd be rough.
I mean, okay, devil's ad. Uh, uh, what do I like doing better, laughing or crying? Laughing. So now I'm getting double dosage of laughter in my life.
You can still laugh.
But dude, I don't want to be at the comedy club crying like a bitch. Or
Yeah,
like
but
when
it doesn't
people,
mean
or
like
like
you're
what if,
weeping. You could be.
okay,
You could still laugh and just
dude,
cry.
you probably would never even make it to adulthood, like because you'd be like growing up and people would be making fun of you, laughing, and then you would start crying and they would make fun of you more, and then it would just like
True.
be a vicious cycle.
True.
Nah, I'm laughing at your tears, homie. I mean, out of the two, I'm not actually laughing at people's tears.
It's cold.
Sometimes, though. Sometimes.
It's cold, bro. It's cold.
Final therapy question. Therapy question number 4. Would you rather go to therapy in a bouncy castle or in a hot tub?
You had something like this before where it was therapy in a bounce house,
I know,
bouncy
but
castle, or something else.
it was different. I'm trying
Probably
to get
a
you.
bounce.
We
Probably
went
a
bouncy
bouncy castle.
Okay, we went
Bouncy castle.
Yeah, we
Hot
went
tub
there.
would be weird.
We went bouncy castle last time, so now that moves on to the next round, and now I have to like match it with
No, I
something
would
else.
much rather. I'd still do bouncy castle. I'd be wondering if my therapist like pissed in there while I was in it. It'd be so weird. I would want to be in a hot tub.
So you'd be wondering?
I'd be worried about it. Yeah, I feel like I barely know this guy. Did he pee
Dude,
in
the
here?
amount of time that I've
Is he
spent in the lazy river at Hurricane
is
Harbor.
he taking notes? He's gonna get his notes all wet. There's no. That sounds messy. Nope. Because if I'm in the hot tub, I'm assuming they're in the hot tub too.
Right. The therapy session is in the tub.
Yeah.
And what is said in the tub, what happens in the tub stays in the tub. Uh, client privilege, therapy, boundaries.
No.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
Bouncy
right.
castle. Get out of here. That's weird.
Bouncy castle, yeah, for sure. Be careful, y'all. Be careful. I think I've mentioned this before, but my friend was in a jolly jump, a bouncy castle. Jumped. Her knee hit her own face, and she had to have like emergency surgery and like months of recovery. They can be dangerous. Disclaimer.
Yeah, of course they're dangerous. It's a big bouncy room. We're adults.
I just usually I just would make out with chicks like, and I'm like, that was like my last run on bouncy castles. I remember like Renee in Clavilla had one at her house one time.
So your final run of bouncy houses, you were just making out with chicks in bounce houses.
Yeah.
I mean, was this like a season, like the last year? I mean, how long did this go on? What was this final run of bounce houses? I don't remember mine. And yours obviously were later in life than mine.
Like if you catch me in a bouncy house, like right now,
Right now, I hope I'm not catching you.
That's what I'm saying. So you get what I mean, like by like a last run, like where it was acceptable. Uh, so this is like I want to say ninth grade, like summer going into ninth grade.
So eighth grade going into ninth grade, that's a little old to have a bouncy house.
I mean, had it like for like a house party.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Sure, I mean I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. That, and then I also had a trampoline in my backyard, and that was also like the move. Hey, you want to go look? Like, how many girls saw their first shooting star on my trampoline? And then, but also it had like little tiny holes all over it because I'd smoke weed on it, and I wouldn't think, and like I'd ash it and it would burn through the screen. But it was always like at nights I wasn't like seeing it, and then until I saw it and I like put two and two together, I'm like, oh, that's what that is. Shout out.
You know how many girls saw their first shooting star on my trampoline? That is the most South Lake shit I've heard.
Well, the thing is, it's like it's not hard to see a shooting star. All you have to do is look. It's just a lot of people don't take. It's like just like spend like 20 minutes and it's a done deal. Uh, but they don't know that. It's seventh grade.
Is this something your dad told you?
No,
I can see
shit
that.
I
Like,
did.
you want to make out, just go out there, you look at the sky, at least 20 minutes, a shooting star, there you go.
I don't know what it was. Like parents would not bother you if you're on the trampoline. It was like some like sort of like a fucking like force field or something. It's like as if like we weren't like making out there.
I still think about, okay, this will be a blast from the past. You'll remember, there's a time where we were partying at your house all the time, and Dutch is like, you can have people over, but god damn it, Joseph, damn it, Andy, no drinking tonight. There's no drinking at this house tonight. And we were inside, and Sandlin was with us, and Sandlin was walking around with a bottle of champagne, R.I.P. And your dad came out and was like, what the fuck? And exploded on the three of us for drinking in the backyard and having people over and drinking because he caught Sandlin tiptoeing through the living room.
Tiptoeing in my
with a bottle of champagne. It was like, god damn it.
Probably drinking, like his miseries away from me, like schooling his ass in chess. That was another memory I recently. Me and Sandlin and Rolls Royce were betting like a lot of money on chess at like for like a 3-month period. It was like we all like kind of like got into it, and then it was like just natural progression. It was like, okay, let's throw cash on this.
Huh.
Have you seen chess boxing?
No.
Chess boxing, Olympic sport, boxing around, and then you play chess. I don't know, like
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know, like the whatever, like the fucking quarters or the rounds are or anything. I just know it's like the combination of two. But then I found out about this at the exact same time I found out it was an Olympic sport.
Dude, there's some crazy new betting stuff like
Oh
water
my God.
pouring, shopping cart shot, where it's like pushing a shopping cart a long
Yeah,
distance.
yeah, yeah. That's like some South Korean shit.
There's one where it's like this train that goes around the circle. It's like Norwegian, maybe it's German, I'm not sure. But it just drives around in a circle. They have to drop these balls and time it, and it lands in these different cars on there, and you can bet on what car it's gonna go into. Like the most compulsive gambler shit
There's
I've
like the
ever
cut,
seen.
like the one where they cut like bread or
Yeah,
pretzel cutting.
yeah, pretzel
Um,
cutting.
uh, the thing I thought was very genius that I just saw from it was FanDuel or DraftKings. I think they're the same company, right? Did they merge?
Maybe.
Uh, so whatever one of them is doing, it's called Pass. If it's this is for Thanksgiving, like a promo. It's called Pass the Leg, and so it's a leg of a parlay. But so it's like basically I pick like some sort of prop bet or just a bet, and then I send like a message or send it to you like to your phone. I just like message it to you, and then it's your turn. You pick one, and then you send it to somebody else, and then everybody gets. So it's like for like at Thanksgiving, you have the family around. It's like, yo, let's like build a parlay together. Okay, like I'll pick mine, and then you send it like to the other person's phone, and then whenever they're done, they send it. That's gonna fucking boom. That's whoever came up with that just for the day for Thanksgiving. That's gonna make like them like an extra probably like bill.
Yeah, like the Super Bowl and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like exactly. Like
Yeah.
genius. Like it's so fucked up how insidious and like diabolical this shit
Everybody
got.
throw down $10 and you get like 10 people. You
Right,
could pay.
but it's like gamified a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like hot potato, but I don't know. Um, and then the other genius part of it is that you have to then now all those people now have DraftKings or FanDuel downloaded on their phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, boom. But like, dude, like just how quickly these fuckers were like just like ready to like manipulate like the psyche, just like the social media companies do, like with the algorithms, you know. But it's like these motherfuckers, like with the like, this is a stat. Every state that has legalized sports gambling, bankruptcies go up 30%. Just in general, bankruptcies in that state, 30%. That's the only correlation is the sports gambling is legal. And also, a gambling addiction is has the highest rate of suicide of any addiction, like whether or like of any of them,
I
because it's
believe
like
it.
because it's like you like if you drink too much, like eventually people are gonna fucking know. If you do too much meth, people are gonna fucking know. But if you're gambling too much, like you can't really tell, and so it's like secret, and then plus it's all money and all that shit. So just like yeah,
So when it comes crumbling down, it's like devastating.
right. And the suicide rate is like 4 to 1 men just in this country in the United States, and it's just like and addicted to like gambling. It's like fucking like 80-90% men. Like it's just like that shit is so toxic. Like how like I was prepared for it. Like you know uh, I'm not getting like fucking like like my mom like I bet on the Super Bowl like one time. My mom's like, "Are you getting addicted to gambling?" I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like like I'm making investments, which is go birds. But uh, but yeah, like just everybody got hooked quick.
Oh yeah, they got people hooked super quick. People who are into cards and gambling and poker,
But so am I.
but don't know shit about sports.
Right.
That's a whole sect of people that are.
Like the poker site that I play online is called sports betting. So it's like and then like these guys were talking at my table recently, uh, and one guy was like, I just bet on sports and then take my winnings over to poker and lose it all. And then somebody else chimed in and was like, same. I was like, keep it coming, boys. I'll be here at the table. Ready. Ready for the topics?
Yeah, I'm ready if you are. Normally you need a little breaky poo.
I mean, you say that, but it's just not
Need a
true.
little break. Article number one from NPR KERA. It's pretty big news that Marjorie Taylor Greene is resigning, which we will get into, but she is resigning from her position effective the beginning of January. This article was by Sam Gring, Gringla, Gring, Gringlass. 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 Weird name. By Sam.
Gringlas. I'll do
Gringlass. I want to
anything for a
say
gringlas.
it. But it's how Marjorie Taylor Greene went from a top Trump ally to choosing to resign. She's been beefing with Trump over this Epstein stuff, over health care issues. She's kind of done a 180 on her stance in the past couple months on kind of being she's been, I guess,
I've been day one,
true
2015 MAGA.
true to like the MAGA
She is MAGA.
Ten Commandments, I guess, and it's complaining that Trump's straying away from it. Obviously, she's anti-Israel. Don't gotta tell you that. But yeah, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene became a household name in the run-up to the 2020 election for divisive rhetoric, political stunts, and enthusiastic support for Trump. She actually had a picture of her like shooting a rifle and blowing up some thermite. It was fucking crazy.
Do you think this is similar to when Ice Cube left NWA?
Yeah, maybe. But I think this is more like
Just beefing
I
with
think it's more
management,
like
dog.
the guy who quit like 8 months before Enron went under, and he was like, "I just have a bad feeling about all of this."
Yeah.
But after growing disagreements with Trump during his second term, she has announced she will leave Congress in January before her term is up. Green said it would not be fair to her Northwest Georgia district, one of the most conservative in the country, to have them endure a hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president we all fought for, while noting that Republicans will likely lose the midterms. Green's split with Trump widened in recent weeks as she pushed for the release of the documents related to the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. For months, Green has had publicly pressing Trump and top Republicans in Congress to release all the files from two federal investigations into Epstein. She was part of a small candor of Republicans who helped force a vote to the House floor to release the files, a process that drove Trump to reverse his position on the documents and that led to a near unanimous support for the measure this week. But before Trump reversed course, he lashed out last week, calling her Marjorie Trader Greene, and reporters
Trader Brown.
this is Marjorie Trader Greene,
I know. Well,
and told reporters something happened to her over the last period of a month or two where she changed politically. In her post Friday night, Greene defended her decision to fight for the release of documents, standing up for American women who were raped at 14, trafficked, and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States, whom I fought for. Thoughts so far?
I have like conflicted feelings with this because it's like, am I naive for thinking that she's not like diabolical enough to be doing this on purpose because it's a play for like president run or like a Senate run or something? Like, because it's like, I don't know, dude. Like,
No, I was told.
because hold on, just real quick. Like, because think about this. She's the type of person who got fucking bamboozled, where it's like, she's like, in QAnon, and they're like looking for all of these like pedophile like fucking ring, sex offenders, and it turns out that the sex offenders were the people you voted for the whole time. Like, and so like she was able to like get bamboozled that way,